Have you ever seen a president of the United States or any country walk into an automotive manufacturing plant and give the middle finger to one of the workers that shouted out what arguably is probably the truth? Now, if you haven't seen the video, I'm going to kind of clip it in right here. Hey, everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Ryan Show podcast. But listen, this is something that is absolutely just we always say every day it seems like we're saying something that's like monumental or wow, I can't believe this happened or I can't believe Trump did that. But it seems like this is just a normal everyday story. It's like an everyday normal news cycle. But like, can you imagine just literally seeing a sitting president come up in an auto manufacturer plant and give the middle finger and then utter the words F you? This happened. And if you're looking at the clip right now, you can actually see Trump is walking out. He's kind of on the top. There must be somebody on the lower level, yells out, hey, stop protecting the P word. I'm going to say that because I know, so certain words we're going to say, certain words we're not, but we all know what he meant by that. And Trump literally gave him the middle finger and muttered the words F you to him. Unbelievable, which this to me shows just Trump has the calmness, cool collective of not even a child at this point. And what is amazing to me is how does somebody become the president of the United States and still feel so insecure about who they are? And I think this is something that's going to be studied by psychiatrists, psychologists, and just historians for years and years and years to come, because it also kind of goes to my belief that when you get success not on your own merit or by trying to or inherit or take credit or step on other people's backs to get to where you are, at the end of the day, when you're by yourself in your room alone, you just don't feel like you're actually successful because you know that you cheated to get to where you are. And everybody knows deep down when they cheated, when they're in a position that, maybe it was their parents, maybe it was them just trying to step on other people's backs. They just know inherently deep down that they are where they are, not because of their own merit. And it's like, it's like a counterfeit, right? It's like they just feel like a counterfeit. They kind of got it, but it wasn't really there. So I think this is what Trump is experiencing, which is why, he even opened up his speech, kind of making fun of Biden and doing all these little antics that you kind of see like in junior high or something like that. And it just, again, but I also think it signals that he understands that some of the people that propped him up in his mega are starting to leave. Joe Rogan last week on his show basically said, hey, look, I was supporting Trump, but man, his policies are crazy. He's going into the streets. This looks like military. He's pulling people out of their vehicles. He's just violating rights. If you see what ICE is doing right now, it's absolutely ridiculous. Now, I try to read as many comments as I can when I post these things. And it is kind of a clear cut, on one side, people are like, this is absolutely ridiculous. It's disgusting. Why are these ICE agents covering up their masks? Then other people are like, well, they're covering up their faces because, the liberals and the left are crazy and, they want to conceal their identities. The reality is that why are you going to gas stations, pulling people out of their vehicle? Why are you, bugging a Mexican man who's cutting some grass? And you're like, wow, you're the worst person ever. We got to get you off the street to make our streets better. This is absolutely ridiculous. And everybody who has two brain cells knows that. So I want to know what your thoughts are. And again, I want to get to some of my other regular programming and content that I want to talk about, because on the show we talk about culture, we talk about business, we talk about personal development, we talk about movies, music, all these things that really shape our culture and shape our day-to-day lived experience. But the reality is that I really want to ask for your permission to slip into your day to make sure that you are aware of these things that are going on, because we have to keep talking about this. It is so important. I am very optimistic because I know this too shall pass, but my gosh, what is going to be the damage by the time, this president is done? It is, I try to be educated and intelligent when talking about this, but the reality is, why would I try to make something sound so sophisticated when really it's just stupid? A second grader could understand, like, this is not right. What is happening here? And so, Team Holtz community, I appreciate you. I love you. I want to know what your comments are. Thanks so much for your emails. I've been getting so many different messages, emails, been getting a lot of guest pitches in the political space, both on the left and the right, to come on the show. Maybe we'll do some guest interviews to get some perspective or a little panel. But, again, thank you so much. Thanks for being a part of the community. And remember, just keep thinking, keep being curious. It should always be your mandate. And this is not normal. I refuse to normalize military-looking people coming up on the street, running up on the gas station saying, "Are you a citizen?" smashing your windows and pulling you out of the vehicle. It is not normal. It is not order. It is not civilized. I hope you have a great day. Remember, curiosity should always be your mandate. Much love.
We're so glad you enjoyed this episode of the Ryan Holtz Show podcast. Please don't forget to smash that 5-star review, as Team Holtz will love you for it. Also, say hi to Ryan anywhere on social media using the handle @RyanHoltz1. That's RyanHoltz, the number 1. And if you or your business is looking to expand your brand, book a brand jam with Ryan using the link in the show notes.